Hey guys, welcome back to Jordy's channel. In this video I'm going to show you guys one thing you should do for your Mazda Speed 3 during every oil change or before you do an oil change. This is called CRC Turbo and Intake Valve Cleaner, and the way you spray it through the system is through a vacuum line, and you have to have the car on, and you cannot go over 3500 RPM, and it has to stay around 2000 RPM as you're spraying it. You want to do short bursts as you spray it, and yeah. So your vacuum line is going to be this one right here, which is next to the brake fluid reservoir. So get a plier, take off the clamp, pull it out, and then just spray it in there. Alright guys, so after you finish the whole can, you want to go ahead and rev it 3 times without going over 3500 RPM. So be below that and do 2 to 3 revs as the can explains in the instructions. And then after you do that, you want to let it sit for about a minute and then turn the car off. Alright guys, so as soon as you do all that, you want to let it sit for about an hour and let it heat soak. After you let it heat soak, you want to go to a freeway near you or highway and do about 10 minutes of driving, and then that should be it. And then afterwards you could do an oil change, which is what I do after I'm done with this whole process. And yeah, just letting her sit right now, so that'll be it. So let me go ahead and just let us wait and then do an oil change. Alright guys, welcome back to Jordy's channel. This is after another day. So when I did the cleaning for the turbo and intake valve cleaning, I waited about a day. That way I could work on the oil when the car is cold. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the oil now, and I'll bring you guys along on how to change the oil. So you want to just go ahead and just jack up the car, put some jack stands underneath with the jack supporting right beside it, and yeah, let's get underneath the car. Alright guys, so you guys are gonna have the oil filter right here, which is gonna be in the center, and then if you look right on top, right there, that's your oil drain plug. So you want to go ahead and take this off. Now it's gonna be a 17 mil, so go ahead and break it loose, and then after you break it loose, you turn it with your hand, and then the oil should start draining. Ooh man, that is black. It was time for me to get an oil change. So just go ahead and let it drain out. Alright guys, so after it's all drained out, you want to go ahead and put it back in. Put it in by hand, just so that it threads on, and then go all the way until it stops by hand, and then give it like a quarter turn with the ratchet, or until it's nice and hard. Alright guys, from this point you want to go ahead, if this is too tight for you, for anybody, just go ahead and grab one of these tools, which is for the filters, and then it should just turn just like so. As soon as you get it loose, go ahead and grab your oil bucket or oil pan, and go ahead and take it off. And keep in mind, when you're taking it off, you want to keep it up at all times, because there will be oil in this filter. So now I'm going to put the new one in. So the new one's going to be going in now. And just tighten it by hand as much as you could. Give it a nice hand tight. And if you wish, you could give it a quarter turn with the tool. Okay, so now you have oil in a pan, and you're wondering what to do with it. So this is what I usually do, and this is how you dispose of the oil. So I'm going to bring you guys along. And then if you're wondering how much oil your car has burnt through, what I love about these containers is that it has its own level. And you could see how much you burnt basically. So this is a 5 quart. It's not all the way to the top, but I can say it's probably around 4 1/4 or 4.5 quarts of oil here. So I burnt what, like about 2 quarts or 1.5 quarts, I should say. So that's one way you can measure how much oil your car had, if you want to find out. So let's go ahead and get rid of this and take you along this journey on how to get rid of it. Alright, now if you're like me and you want to keep track on how many miles you're putting into before each oil change, I normally just write down the amount of miles that I have and I put the date next to it. I only take oil. Yeah.
Just rock oil?
Yeah, just oil.
Okay, let me open the container. Okay, it's only oil?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I have a filter.
Open up?
That's it. Thank you.